Okay, now we go to this bombshell report involving a side deal with Iran. It allows Iran to inspect itself at a key military site known as Parchin. I want to talk right now with Ed Royce, who's been very critical of this deal, chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. And, sir, good day to you. We are short on time, given the breaking news from earlier. But there is, you called this, in your words, a dangerous farce. And now the head of the UN is saying this whole thing's been misrepresented. What is the truth about whether or not Iran inspects itself or there is oversight on behalf of the UN?
It's very clear what Iran is saying right now. And right now, Iran is saying international inspectors will not go into their military sites. They're saying they're not going to make their scientists available for interviews, and they're not turning over the documents. So we had 350 members of Congress write to the administration and say that the ability to really assess whether Iran was going to keep this deal was dependent upon whether or not they would come clean with this past bomb work. What they're saying right now in Iran is that they have no intention, and this sets the standard, Bill, for the future. If they won't allow inspectors in here now, what does that mean for their other military sites where they might do additional bomb work? This is a disaster in terms of the agreement.
If this plays out on paper the way it looks, why would this administration agree to such a framework?
Well, what the administration did was, in order to resolve the problem, they handed off to the UN the responsibility of negotiating this agreement with Iran, because Iran wouldn't make an agreement with the United States. Remember, they've already said U.S. inspectors aren't allowed in. So the international inspectors were then asked to make the agreement with Iran. What Iran is saying is that that agreement guarantees that international inspectors don't actually go into the sites. They are going to self-inspect, from what they're asserting. And the last point I would make is that there are 1,000 pages of documents that show Iran did do bomb work in this site, deep in this mountain. If this stands, then this agreement is a farce. We'll hold hearings on this when we go back into Congress, and we'll start with this very issue because they will not turn the documents over to us.
Okay. Ed Royce, thank you. I thought it was a done deal. Senator Menendez yesterday on our program said not so fast, so we're waiting to hear from about a dozen more lawmakers in the Senate to see whether or not they can override a veto. Thank you,
Bill,
sir.
this could be a game changer.
We've got to run. Thank you, sir. Back.